Let's see. Okay, let's see. What you thinking? What you thinking?
I was seeing Marley and she didn't tell me she was coming.
Oh, yeah, that's
We
Marley.
usually ride together.
She told me that you were coming.
Yeah. Okay.
She told me you were coming. You're just like, what the?
I know.
Okay. Ugh, my aching back. I need yoga. Oy. All right, lovely people. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Quickly, a few announcements. I have my embodiment class this Saturday. Only one person signed up, so please come. No, if not very many people come, it will still be lovely and we'll still have a nice practice. But I really like to. How? Oh, thank you for asking. It is on the local co-op's website. So my frequency and embodiment classes are always on the local co-op's website. It's the localcoopslc.com under offerings, studio offerings, and then embodiment. That's how you sign up for any of the offerings at the studio. So it's also nice to go on that website and see what's being offered. A lot of people actually don't even know. Even I don't even know a lot of times. So sometimes I go on there. I'm like, wow, that's a cool class. I didn't know. So yeah, it's this Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m. Also, if you can't figure out how to sign up, just show up. You can totally show up. But I like getting people to sign up because then you're committed. But sometimes people can't figure it out because technology's hard, you know. Hi, Lara. So this Saturday, and it's 7 to 9, it's yoga movement, a little bit more free flowing than my regular classes. So we just do a little bit of close your eyes and move your body. And we do a little bit, not too much. I don't want to say this even because I don't want to scare you, but a little bit of using like your voice, just humming, and it's called toning in the yogic practice. So just there's background music and you're using your voice humming to the same no, that's as like intense as it gets. It's not intimidating, but the point of it being to get you into your felt senses, get you into your body, rather than up here and you're thinking, talking, judging mind. So we do yoga, movement, and then we do breath work, and then at the very end there's sound. So it's like my 3 favorite modalities hide into one class, and you leave just feeling like you're walking on clouds. I think not always, but most of the time. All right, so that's this Saturday, and then other things that are coming up. I have my friend Holly Hope, who's coming from St. George. This is a really special occasion, actually. I think it's a really special opportunity. So she's coming from St. George. She's the drum queen of Utah. That's what I call her, because she makes all the shamanic medicine drums that are like cowhide, deer hide, buffalo hide, all the things. So she's coming. She'll be doing a workshop here that you can make your own drum. And it's really awesome. She gets like the hides from the Native American tribes that she has contacts with. And so it's all like ethically sourced. The animals are used not just for the drums, like their meat is used and everything. So it's like, I love how she presents everything. And then the workshop that she does, you do a whole ceremony, learning how to like drum people. So people you'll stand in the middle and you'll get the drums and everyone will go. It's just like an experience. And Holly Hope in and of herself, I think, is an experience. She's an interesting and really cool person. So if you're around, it's the last Saturday of this month. It's Labor Day weekend. So it's, I think, well, Holly Hope chose 12:12 to 4:44. That's the time. 12:12 to 4:44. I was like 12 to 4. She's like, okay, 12:12 to 4:44. I'm like, all right, that's fine. The magic numbers. So anyways, it's at the end of the month. If you have any questions, you can ask me. And then the link that you look at when you sign up, it has all the different hides and all the different sizes of drums. So depending on what type of hide you choose and what size of drum you choose, that determines the price of the workshop for you. So I think the least expensive one, and I know this is a lot of money, but the least expensive one I think is like $222. The most expensive one is like $666. So it is like an investment, but I have two now and they're like my most favorite, like precious things. You put your own stuff in the like in the little ring, you write your own stuff and you can like drop little pictures before you make the drum. It's like super special, I think. So, okay, let's do yoga now. Okay, my friends, how about we start on our backs today? So go ahead and just lay on down. And as you lay down, take a moment to just feel your body a little more. So maybe you want to take a big full body stretch, arms long, legs long. Maybe you even want to just hug your knees in and kind of rock side to side or give your knees a big squeeze. You could use a little bit of tapping if you want to. You can tap your fingers on your chest, on your heart space, down to your belly or your sacral region even. So just bringing more awareness into your body, into your physicality. And then eventually settle into stillness, an invitation, if it feels all right in your body, to bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open. So if this bothers your low back, try first scooting your feet a little further away from your upper body. And then if it still bothers your low back, then maybe instead you take constructive rest pose. So feet on the ground with your knees bent and feet a little bit wider than your hips. You can let your knees just kind of fall in. So choose either of those variations and then invitation also to bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your low belly. Close your eyes. And just start to tune in to everything that is creating this moment right here, right now. So notice the sounds around you. Obviously, there's a sound of my voice. And start to notice white noise, background noise. See how much you can expand your awareness of sound. Maybe even see if you can hear the furthest away sound possible. And just focus on that for a moment. And then bring your awareness to the closest sound, the one that's closest to you. Maybe it's even inside of you. And then see if you can come back to hearing both that closest sound and that furthest away sound, and everything in between all at the same time. And just letting them pass through your awareness without attaching to anything, without needing to label or figure anything out. And then start to tune into the rise and fall of your own breath. Start to feel into the expansion and contraction of each inhale and each exhale. The next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you possibly can. Every single space inside of you expands, inflates. And then open your mouth and great big sigh, let it out. Ah. Good. Do that 2 more times. So great big huge inhale, fill up. Breathe down into your toes, out into your fingers, down into your hips, up into the crown of your head. And when you're ready, big sigh, release. Ah. So nice, you guys. One last time. So biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Fill up your pelvic bowl. When you think you're full, see if you can sip in a little bit extra. Take that extra little teaspoon more of air in. And out your mouth, release. Ah. So nice. Seal your lips now. And begin to drop into what we call Ujjayi breath. So slow, steady, even smooth. Your breath is not in a rush. See if you can really feel into the expansion of every single inhale. Feel your belly expand up into your hand, every single inhale. And every exhale, everything drops back down. So feel that letting go and even that hugging in towards midline with each exhalation. Keep your legs like this just a little bit longer and keep your Ujjayi breath with you. And go ahead and either tee out your arms if you have enough space, or if you don't, you can cactus your arms against the ground. Press your heels really, really firmly together. And next time you breathe in, lift your butt up. As you lift your butt up, squeeze your glutes and try to press your knees towards the ground. So imagine somebody's pressing your knees down, but you're pressing against them. Lift your hips higher. Squeeze through your outer glutes, press through your heels, and press down through the back of your head. Squeeze, 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 lift, lift, lift. Breathe, soften your face. Take one more deep breath here. Good job, friends. And then slowly come back down. Now ease your knees up to midline and walk your feet out to the width of your mat. Keep your arms teed out or goal posted out. And then a few windshield wipers side to side slowly with your breath. So back and forth. Make it like a moving meditation. You're moving with awareness. You're moving with intention and attention. So feel into your low back, feel into your hips. What feels good? And what feels stiff or tender or sore today? And then as you are ready, so maybe finish the round you're on or take one more. Hug your knees in towards your belly and just gently rock side to side. Give your low back a nice little massage. And after a few rocks, extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. So imagine you're trying to plant your feet on the ceiling. If you can, legs straight. But if it pulls on your low back, bend your knees as much as you need to, and then flexion through your toes. So press through your heels. If you have a block, you're welcome to bring it in between your inner thighs and squeeze it on the lowest, skinniest setting. If you don't have a block, just squeeze your legs together, zip them together like you have a big mermaid tail. Keep your arms either teed out or goal posted out. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, slowly take your legs over to the right like you're moving into a spinal twist, but don't let your legs touch the ground. So go as far as you can, hover and hold, breathe in. Try to keep the back of your left shoulder rooted. Squeeze your legs together, activate your feet, exhale back to center. Slow motion movement. Inhale, neutral spine, active feet, squeeze your legs or your block. Exhale over to the left. If it's too intense, bend your knees more. Stay here, hold. Inhale, back of your right shoulder stays rooted. Feel that brace around your center and use it as you exhale, bring your legs back up. Go one more time each way. So as you exhale, slowly over to your right side. Feel your strong core, your strong middle. Inhale. Hold, soften your face. And as you exhale back through center, one more time over to your left side with your exhalation. Active feet. See if you can even get your little baby pinky toe to flex back. Hold and squeeze. Big inhalation. And then with your exhalation, legs back up. Hold just a little bit longer. Extend your legs up as high as you can. So maybe straighten your legs just a tiny bit more. Now reach your arms up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky as well. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lift your head, neck, shoulders. See if you can even get your shoulder blades off the ground. Draw your low belly down. Try to touch your toes with your fingertips. Now add a little bit extra. See if you can tuck your tailbone and lift your toes even higher. Pull your low belly down. Soften your face. If you're straining through your neck, you can bring your hands behind your head and reach through your elbows. Try not to pull on your head. Take one more deep breath. Lift, lift, lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe. And let it go. Bring your feet to the ground with your knees bent. Soles of your feet together, knees open like a book. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms, just like we did a few moments ago. Press your heels together and lift your butt. Squeeze your outer glutes. Imagine somebody invisible is right over you, pressing your knees down and you're pressing against them. Lift your hips higher. Squeeze through your outer glutes. Press your heels together. And press down into the back of your head. So it's almost like you're in a bridge pose, but with your knees open wide. Soles of your feet together. Take one more deep breath here. See if you can lift a tiny bit higher. And release gently. Windshield wipers as you're ready. So lift your knees up, take your feet out wide and side to side slowly. Good job, friends. All right. One more pose on our backs. So finish off your windshield wipers and then we'll set up for a bridge pose, a heart opener. So walk your feet in so they're about hips width distance apart. And your heels and ankles should be straight down from your knees. So if you've got your arms down by your sides, everybody bring your arms down by your sides. You should be able to feel the backs of your heels with your middle fingers, with your fingertips. Exhale, pull your low belly down and scoop your tailbone up. And then as you inhale, ever so slowly, peel your spine off your mat. Once you get to the top of your bridge, you're welcome to make it your own. So maybe you work your shoulders underneath you, interlace your fingers. Maybe you take robot arms with your elbows bent, palms face each other, fingertips face the sky. Or maybe you even feel like taking it into a full back bend, upward facing bow. So you do you, take about 3 to 5 more rounds of breath. Hug in with your inner thighs like you're hugging an invisible yoga block. Press down especially through your heels and the inner edges of your feet. Maybe even pick up your toes and spread them. Press down into the back of your head so your chin is tilting slightly up. And then feel your breath move all the way down into your belly. Invitation, if you're still in bridge with me, to stay a little longer, but just work your shoulders out from under you and reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. One more inhale, lift your hips higher. Slow as you can, roll down one vertebra at a time as you exhale. Ah, good job, my friends. And one last time, windshield wiper it out, maybe just a couple rounds. And after a couple windshield wipers, happy baby it out. So draw your knees in, grab your feet if you can. If feet is too much, you can grab ankles, shins, or the backs of your thighs. Pull down with your arms, press up through your heels. Intention is a neutral spine rather than a rounded back. So try to press your tailbone towards the ground and draw the backs of your shoulders down. You're welcome to rock. You're welcome to extend one or both legs if it would feel good. And then from your happy baby, my friends, hug your knees in. If you want to get to your hands and knees your own way, that's fine. Invitation to rock and roll forward and back a few times. And maybe even play with hovering. Hover on your sit bone or on your sit bones and on your upper back. See if you can find a little bit of hang time, perhaps, just for fun. And then eventually rock all the way up, cross your ankles, and roll over your feet. So you're coming forward to hands and knees. And you can just crawl back a little bit so you're nice and centered on your mat and start to move any way your body wants to move, intuitive movement. So invitation to close your eyes. Just feel. So it doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't matter if it's yoga. It's just feeling around. How does your spine feel? How do your shoulders feel? How do your shoulder blades feel? Your hips, your hands, your fingers, your toes. And where's your breath? Is it still there? Is it still big and spacious, or have you lost track of it? Does it disappear? Bring it back, fire it up, slow, steady, and spacious. In your next, let's say in your next 3 to 5 rounds, downward facing dog, however you'd like to get there. Ujjayi breath in your down dog. Use it to hold and support you. So your breath is not there as some extra thing you have to keep track of and try to remember. It is there to support you and hold you and guide you. So if you haven't quite figured out Ujjayi breath, if it hasn't quite clicked for you yet, rather than giving up on it, stay curious, keep playing with it. I think for me, it is what changed my practice lately. It's what made me fall in love with the practice of yoga, and then it changed my life outside. So learning to breathe, it is one of the greatest tools you can have in your toolbox for your life, in my opinion. Take one more big inhale, everybody, into your dog pose. And then as you exhale, just gently set your knees back down and sit into a child's pose. So knees can be really wide or knees can be together or somewhere in between. And just sit your hips back to your heels. If it's too much to bring hips to heels, your hips can be higher. If at all possible, get to a place that feels like this is relaxing in some way. Maybe you even roll your forehead side to side or sway your hips side to side. Breathe all the way down into your low back, your low belly. We're going to turn this into a little breath to movement flow, really simple, nothing complicated. As you inhale, rise up and find a cow posture, the spinal extension like a back bend. As you exhale, cat posture, round your spine, spinal flexion, curl in and hollow out. Come back into a neutral spine position, curl your toes under and lift your hips up. Inhale into your downward facing dog, lengthen. And exhale, set your knees on the ground, child's pose, hips to your heels, forehead towards your mat. Just like that, inhale, cow pose. And if you want, you can turn this into a scorpion cobra variation just for fun, just to switch it up. Exhale, round, spinal flexion, cat posture. And maybe you just want to take it all the way back to child's pose. So you're welcome to get creative. Downward facing dog with your inhale. Lift your hips, lengthen out. And exhale, knees to the ground, gently sit back, child's pose, empty out. Let's take that just one more time. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose, or your variation of it. Downward facing dog pose. Tuck your toes, lift your hips high. Listen, exhale this time, gaze forward, feet to the top of your mat, forward fold. All right, my friends, once you have arrived in your fold, we're gonna hang out here for a moment. Bring your feet at least hips width distance apart, maybe just a bit wider. And then all 10 toes face forward. As you inhale, bend your knees, stick your butt out behind you, fingertips on the ground, lengthen your spine. So you can gaze forward if you want, but see if you can feel the length in the back of your neck. So probably gaze down. Butt is sticking out. It's almost like you're a football player getting ready to hike the ball underneath your legs. So feel the length in your spine. Feel your core as you stick your butt out. One more in breath. As you exhale, forward fold, lift your hips high, crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky. Press especially in the inner edges of your feet. Inhale, come back into that squat position with a long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Work your fold until you're empty in your breath. Couple more like that. Inhale, bend your knees, lengthen your spine, stick your butt out. Exhale, fold. Good job. All the way to empty. Last time. Inhale, little squat. And exhale, fold. Good job, friends. All right, this time you can keep your feet where they're at. If you want, you can bring them in a little closer, but do bend your knees a little or a lot. Slowly roll all the way up to a standing position, one vertebra at a time. Your head is the very, very last thing to lift. Once your head stacks, roll your shoulders a few times, up, back, and down. So feel into the mobility of your shoulders, and eventually shoulders roll back and down, palms face forward. This is called mountain pose, Tadasana. So stand like a mountain, embody a mountain. Invitation to close your eyes again and feel from the inside. So we're so used to looking outside. See what you can find inside just by feeling around, just by noticing, just by becoming more curious. Feel your breath in every little space. Feel your feet rooting into the ground, crown of your head drawing up. Feel the broadness in between your shoulders. Stay as you are, fill up as big as you can. Hold in that fullness. Sip in that little extra teaspoon. Out your mouth, release. Ah. All right, let's flow Ujjayi breath. Turn it back on. Inhale, reach up, high mountain. Slow dive, hinge at your hips, take it all the way down and fold. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow, let it go. So all the way to emptiness, connect to your center, and then take it all the way back up. Inhale, your arms overhead. Hands to your heart, exhale. All right, just like that, once more. Inhale, high mountain. With your exhalation, dive down slowly. Your breath is what guides you all the way to empty. Inhale, lift halfway, spine parallel to the ground. Get all the rounding out of your back. Exhale, fold. Beautiful breathing. Press into your feet, lead with your heart all the way up. Arms reach. And hands to heart center. Exhale. Nice, Diane. All right, my friends. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, let's take a side body stretch to our right. So option to grab left wrist if you want. If you'd rather, right hand could come to right hip for more support. Sometimes I like to take a yin-yang variation with my opposite arm, reaching the opposite direction. So you choose, just as long as you're lengthening through your left side. More weight in your left foot, and especially the inner edge of your left foot. Yeah, nice, Sheila. Take one more deep breath. Breathe into your left rib cage, your left waistline. Nice, Laura. Inhale back to center. And then just switch to the other side. So maybe you switch your grip up and over. More weight in your right foot, especially the inner edge of right foot. Right waistline really long. Send your breath into it. Is there a ghost coming in? Sometimes, yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Take one more big deep breath. Back to center with your inhale. Good job, you guys. As you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades, squeeze your spine. See if you can start to reach your hands back away from your body. And then maybe even little baby back bend, puff up your chest, press your hips forward, but hug in with your inner thighs to protect your low back. Your head is not just collapsing back, but you're gazing up. One more inhale. Yes, so nice. Exhale. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips all the way down. Bend in your knees might be really, really helpful. Hang out in your forward fold for about 2 or 3 rounds with your fingers interlaced. So try to let your head relax, let your neck relax. So really bend your knees if you need to. I promise it changes everything. For some reason, people don't like bending their knees in yoga. Lift your butt as high as you can, sit bones as high as you can. Take one more big inhale. Good job. Exhale, hands to low back first, then release your clasp nice and easy. Let your arms hang, maybe a little shaky shake. Lift halfway with your next inhalation. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, plank position. All right, my friends, spread your fingers really wide and push the ground away. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, down dog, just lift your hips back and up, press them back. Your hands and your feet don't have to change at all. Inhale, come forward, high plank. See if you can come way forward onto your tippy toes. And then exhale, lift your hips, press them back and up, down dog. This time, inhale, rock forward, high plank. Exhale, lower halfway down. You can come to your knees if you want to modify. Strong arms, strong shoulders. Inhale, push back up, high plank. Exhale takes you back, down dog. Stretch it out, lift your hips high. One more like that. Inhale, rock forward. High plank or modified, you choose. Exhale, chaturanga, hold. And when you are empty, inhale, push back up. Exhale, down dog. Nice work. Inhale, come forward. One last time here. And this time all the way to your belly, one strong straight line. Awesome, Mikkel. Inhale, Spider-Man Cobra. So hands out really wide, up on your fingertips. Lift your heart. As you exhale, twist to the right. Dip your left shoulder down, gaze over right shoulder. Yes. Inhale, come back through center. Lift your heart. And exhale, other side. So twist, right shoulder dips down. Inhale back through center. Take that one more time each way with your own breath at your own pace. This modification, Victoria. So feel into your shoulder girdle, feel into your front body, back body, side bodies, even your lower body. And eventually you'll come back to center. You can hold there as long as you want. Downward facing dog is where we will meet up. So find your way back whenever you're ready, however you want to. Ujjayi breath. All right, you've got about 5 rounds in your down dog. So if you want to explore in any way, please feel free. So you can lift one leg, you can lift the other leg. You can take your feet out really wide. Maybe you even want to reach one hand back to grab your opposite ankle. So feel free to explore, to feel around what's there today. What is there to notice? Maybe how could you adjust to be just a little more efficient in your body? Nice poses, everybody. Awesome, Sheila. Take one more big inhale, my friends, into your down dog. Thanks, Marley. And as you exhale, gaze to the top of your space. However you'd like to get there, forward fold. Once you've arrived, halfway lift position, breathe in. Exhale, release, let it go. Take it all the way to stand. Inhale your arms overhead, big stretch at the top. And hands to heart center. All right, let's build our flow now. Inhale, arms to the sky. And as you exhale, chair plane. So bend your knees, swing your arms back behind you. Your butt is reaching back. Feel your core as you sit your butt back. And then rather than rounding, nice Jill, rather than rounding and looking down at the ground, lift your heart like you're doing a little cobra pose. Yes. So feel your strong back muscles. Stay here if you want, or option to rock forward, lift to your tiptoes. So if you can, heels really, really high, and then sit your butt down a little lower now. Bend your knees a little more. Awesome, Tracy. Nice, Kirsten. Take one last round here. Invitation to stay on your tiptoes. High mountain, as tall as you can grow, all the way up. And maybe stay on your tiptoes as you dive down slowly. So big balance challenge. Stick your butt out. Feel your core engage as you dive. Good. With your heels down, halfway lift position. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, and you take your vinyasa this time however you want to. See you in down dog. Tara. And reconnect if you've lost it. Ujjayi breath. All right, from your down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky, 3-legged. You take just a moment, and if there's any way you want to explore, go for it. See if you can feel your strong hands rooting down, your strong core lifting you up. Feel your strong breath supporting you. Take one more inhale into your 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, right knee to your nose. So round your spine, hollow out your belly. Stay here. Push the ground away as you breathe in. Lift higher through your waistline. You should be on your back, tippy toes. Nice, Sandra. And then step through softly. Very good. Crescent lunge. So all 10 toes face forward. Lift your heart. Maybe lift your gaze. So your lower body is your foundation. You want a strong foundation. So rather than sinking as deep as you can, find the depth first, the length of your stance, and then hug in. So front hip is pulling back hip is pulling forward. Your legs are stable, and then your upper body is your own personal, unique expression. So you don't have to do anything different, but feel into it. Everything you're doing is on purpose. If you're spreading your fingers, it's on purpose. If you're softening your fingers, it's on purpose. Yes, good. Beautiful poses. Love it. Take one more inhale here. Now listen, as you exhale, we're going to twist. Left arm forward, right arm back, back knee bends to a hover. If that's too much, absolutely bring your back knee down, no worries. If your back knee is lifted, imagine you're trying to drag your back thigh forward and pull your front hip back. Squeeze through your inner thighs and maybe even take your gaze back over your right shoulder. It's a little balance challenge. Breathe down into your belly and work your twist. Last round. Amazing, you guys. Inhale back to crescent lunge. Invitation to straighten your front leg. So both legs strong and powerful. Squeeze your front thigh. Exhale, bring your hands down. Walk your hands to the left side of your mat. Parallel your feet. Straighten out your legs. Keep walking your hands a little bit more towards the back of your mat. Bend your left knee. Right hand stays down. Left arm to the sky. So a little twist. Yeah, left knee bent, right leg straight. Nice, Mikkel. So your spine is long. Your toes face forward, your butt sticking out behind you. If you want, you could wrap your left arm behind you and maybe even grab hold of your your right thigh. So it's like a half bound variation. Take one more deep breath and work your twist. Good job. Let it go. Unwind, wide-legged forward fold. So straighten out your legs. Anywhere you want to take this for about 4 or 5 breaths. So hang out. You could ragdoll your arms. You could grab hold of both ankles or even peace fingers around big toes. Yeah, headstand, handstand hops. You could bend and straighten your legs a few times. So rather than just tuning out and waiting to move on, be in your body. That's the yoga. Stay present. Stay with sensation and get curious about it. You don't have to find any answers, but you're just connecting. You're tuning in a more intentional way. Take one last breath. All right, bring your fingertips to the ground if they're not already there. You can have blocks under your hands if it helps. And then walk your hands to the top of your mat. Rotate your toes to face forward. So you're back in a low lunge position. And then from your low lunge, root into your right foot. We're coming all the way up. So if you need to use your left foot to help, that's fine. Maybe stay balanced on your right foot as you lift your left knee up, standing staff. Good job. So hug in with your inner thighs, flex through your toes. Like you're zipping everything together. So everything's zipping in and up. Slow, deep breaths. Beautiful. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, figure 4 with your legs, chair, plane, arms. So arms swing back, sit back into a one-legged chair. Your outer left ankle is on top of your right thigh. We're going to hold this one for a few rounds. So if you want to, you're more than welcome to explore it in your own way. Maybe you just want to bring hands to your legs, or maybe you want to bring hands to blocks or the ground. Maybe you want to play with an arm balance or a twist, or perhaps you just fall in and out 10 different times and keep coming back. And that's your practice today. So you're just meeting yourself where you're at. We're not here to judge ourselves and criticize ourselves. We're here to laugh and have fun and be compassionate and playful. I actually like it when people fall because it means you're trying hard things. You're challenging yourself as long as you're okay. All right, let's slowly come back to a standing staff pose. Lift your left knee, arms reach up. And if you want, you can even extend your left leg forward. Take one more big in breath. Slow motion, low lunge. See if you can touch your toes and your fingers down at the same exact time. From low lunge, 3-legged down dog. Take your right leg back and up. Inhale, stay and hold, or exhale, rock forward to a plank, or maybe a 3-legged plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Lift your heart. Take your time. You can hold this for an extra couple breaths if you'd like. As you're ready, downward facing dog. Big, deep breaths. And just notice for a moment, how does right leg feel versus left leg? Or right side versus left side? Next time you breathe in, left leg to the sky. Take just a moment. If you want to explore in your own way, feel free. Keep your strong hands and your strong shoulders lifting you up. So rather than feeling like all the weight's coming down, how can you move energy upwards? How can you use your core to lift you out of your hands? Take one more inhale. Extend your left leg long, strong, and powerful. Lift yourself out of your upper body with your leg strength. Exhale, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly, round your spine. Stay here, breathe in, push the ground away. And then as soft as possible, step forward, low lunge. Crescent lunge, rise slowly and intentionally. Nice chinly, so all of your toes face forward. Good, Hannah. And then find the stability in your legs by hugging in. So front hip energetically draws back hip energetically draws forward, and then feel into your expression in your upper body. So if you are smiling, you're smiling on purpose. If you're making an angry face, you're making it on purpose. I don't care what you're doing, it's yours, but do it intentionally. Be present with it fully. Feel it completely. One more inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, turbo twist. So right arm goes forward, left arm goes back knee bends to a hover. If you want less, back knee can come down to rest at any point. If your back knee is hovering, try to drag your back thigh forward. Try to drag your front hip back. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Broaden through your shoulders. Imagine your arms like great big wings. How big can you make your wingspan? Maybe gaze over your left shoulder behind you. Last round. Work your twist. And unwind. Beautiful, friends. Crescent lunge. Option to extend your front leg if you want. Squeeze through your front thigh. Exhale, hands come down. Walk your hands over to the right long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Straighten out your legs. And then hands on blocks or on the ground or fingertips on the ground. Keep walking your hands towards the back edge of your mat. Bend your right knee. So with your right knee bent, your left leg straight. Left hand on the ground, right arm to the sky. So open through the right side of your heart space. Stick your butt out. Spine is long. You can use the leverage of your left hand and your left foot against the ground to work your twist. If you want to wrap your right arm behind your back, go for it. Take your last couple rounds. Maybe you bend your right knee a little bit more. Maybe you stick your butt out a little bit more, lengthen your spine a little bit more. Bottom of your next exhalation, unwind, let it all go. Wide-legged forward fold. Anywhere you want to take it. Notice, have you gone somewhere else? Have you distracted yourself? Or are you still here? And whatever you notice, no judgment, just curiosity, just observation. Good job, my friends. A couple more breaths. Nice work. If you are working somewhere, slowly start to wrap it up. And then fingertips or hands on the ground. If they're not there already, crawl your hands to the top of your mat, back to a low lunge position. This is a big movement, so get ready. Root firmly into your left foot, standing staff all the way up. Absolutely use your right foot to help you up if you need to. If it is available to you, if you can stay balanced as you rise. Once you are balancing on your left foot, be there for a moment. Focus your gaze, your drishti, your focus point. Where is it? Big, slow, steady breaths. One more inhale, flex your right toes. Figure 4 with your chair plane arms. So sit back into a one-legged chair, arms back behind you. Hinge at your hips. So it's like you're folding at your hips. And then if you want to this time, you're more than welcome to take some exploration of your own. And it doesn't necessarily have to be what you did on the other side. Our sides are actually very different usually. So we don't always need to do exactly the same thing on both sides. That's something our mind tells us we need, not our bodies. Flexion through your right toes. Big deep breaths. Just if you're falling out, awesome. Meet yourself right there. All right, slowly we'll start to return to standing staff. So right knee lifts, arms reach. And if you want more, you could even extend your right leg forward. Take one more big inhale. Slow motion, low lunge. See if you can touch fingertips and toes down at the exact same time, maybe. Good job. From your low lunge, three-legged down dog, left leg back and up. Unthread your left leg, reach it back and up. Exhale straight to down dog or come forward, your variation of plank to chaturanga. Nice, Marley. So strong belly, strong core. Inhale, grow into your back bend of choice. And then either down dog or if you want a child's pose, now is a great time. Big, deep breath. Maybe an open mouth sigh. Not too loud. Is that bug you? Is it too loud? All right, we will move through that entire sequence now. One breath, one movement. Those of you who take my class often, you know I cue slowly. And I cue slowly on purpose because I want you to breathe slowly and deeply. Most of us can breathe so much deeper than we think we can. So if at any time you feel like I'm cueing way too fast, see if you can breathe slower, breathe deeper, and then move, transition slowly and intentionally. If you need to take a break at any time, totally fine with me. If you want to do your own thing at any time, totally fine with me. Downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. Take one more big inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, gaze to the top of your mat, however you'd like to get there. Forward fold. Halfway lift position, breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, bow. All the way up, rise. Big full body stretch, inhale. And hands to heart center, exhale. All right, here we go. Breath of movement. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So option to float to tiptoes if you want. Option to stay on tiptoes if you want. High mountain, super tall. Maybe stay on your tiptoes as you dive down slowly, forward fold. Feel your strong core. Halfway lift position, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. Try to keep that exhale going or even hold empty as you lower. Inhale, back bend. Don't move through it. Feel it first. Then down dog, exhale. Nice, Sue. Right leg high, breathe in. Use your strong core, right foot forward softly. And rise, crescent lunge, inhale. Turbo twist, exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Back to crescent, inhale. Invitation to straighten your front leg if you'd like. Squeeze your front thigh. Exhale, hands to the ground. Immediately walk them over to the left edge of your mat. Bend your left knee. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Yes, exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Head towards the ground, butt towards the sky. Halfway lift, fingertips down. And as you exhale, walk your hands forward, back to low lunge. With your inhale, standing staff all the way up. Flex your left toes. Exhale, figure four. Sit back, chair plane your arms. Inhale, standing staff. Maybe extend left leg forward. Press through your heel. Low lunge, slow motion. Fingers and toes touch at the same time. Three-legged down dog. Take your right leg all the way back and up. Lengthen. And then exhale, straight to down dog or rock forward, plank to chaturanga. Nice, Anya, lift your heart. Breathe in. Nice, Diane, lift your hips. Breathe out. All right, inhale your left leg to the sky, active through left foot. Exhale, step your left foot through ever so softly. Nice, Tati. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise. And exhale, turbo twist, right arm forward, left arm back, back knee bends. Inhale, come back, crescent. Invitation to straighten both legs, squeeze your thighs. Exhale, hands to the ground. Immediately walk hands over to the right edge of your mat. Keep walking on back. Bend your right knee. Inhale your right arm to the sky. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Straighten your legs and fold deeply. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. And exhale, crawl your hands forward, low lunge. Get ready to balance. Inhale, standing staff, rise. Nice, honey. Exhale, figure four with chair plane arms. Sit back, flexion through your right toes. Inhale, standing staff. Perhaps extend right leg. Move with intention, slowly, low lunge. Amazing, you guys. Three-legged dog, left leg high. And come forward, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, peel your heart open. Beautiful, take your hips back. Give yourself a moment, maybe a couple open mouth sighs. We've got one more round, one more time through. I'm gonna add in a few things. A few variations, a few additions. So just like you've been doing this entire time, just stay present, listen to my cues, take what works, and leave the rest behind. If you are coming with me, downward facing dog, Ujjayi breath. Ah. All right, great big inhale, hips high, side bodies long. Exhale, look to the top of your mat, step or hop forward, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bow. All the way up, rise, arms overhead as you inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, listen here. Inhale, reach up. Side body stretch of your choice over to your right. Exhale. Through center as you breathe in, big deep breath. Other side, up and over, exhale all the way to emptiness. Inhale, center. Little baby back bend. Exhale, cactus your arms. Squeeze the bottom tips of shoulder blades. Puff up your chest. Realign. Inhale, reach up. Exhale now, chair plane or drinking bird. Option to float to your tippy toes. Maybe stay on your tiptoes one last time. High mountain. Nice, Jill. Maybe stay on your tiptoes. Take your dive down slowly. Beautiful. Lift halfway. Heels on the ground as you inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Use that exhale or even hold empty as you lower. Strong core. Inhale, peel your heart open, shoulders back and down, elbow tips point back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice, good breathing. Listen here, inhale, right leg high. Stay and hold or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, or aim for your armpit. Get as high as you can. Inhale, three-legged dog. Good. Now everybody exhale, knee to your nose and step through softly. Rise into your crescent lunge. Breathe in. Exhale, turbo twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Now listen. Bring your right forearm across your low back. Turn your shoulders to look forward, square forward. Reach your left arm up and back. So creating a little back bend. Lengthen your left side. Puff up your heart. Use your forearm across your low back as support. See if you can lift your heart higher. One more inhale. Good job. As you exhale, left hand to the ground, right arm to the sky. You're in revolve lunge. Be here for about 3 or 4 rounds. If there's any way you want to work it, feel free. So maybe you walk your left hand off the left edge of your mat. Your right fingertips reach back. Your heart looks up. Just an option. One last huge breath wherever you are at. Bottom of your next exhale, unwind. Hands to the left edge of your mat, parallel your feet. Keep walking your hands back, bend your left knee, reach your left arm up. You can stay here, friends. This is your pose. Or if Skandasana is in your practice, you're welcome to take that instead. So pivot your left toes towards the back of your mat, right toes towards the sky. And maybe you just bring your hands to your heart or your hands to the ground for support. Try to keep your left heel down if you are in Skandasana. And then imagine that your heels are magnetized. So energetically pull them towards each other. Yeah, flexion through your right toes. Press it in the back of your right heel, Skandasana. Take one last round wherever you are at. Good job, friends. All right. Come back to a wide-legged straddle and just hang out for a second while you reconnect to your breath. Back to our flow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands forward, rotate toes forward, low lunge. Inhale, standing staff all the way up. Listen here. Tree pose this time. So open your left knee out and then place your left foot on your leg. So inner thigh is great if it's available. If not, perfectly fine, calf or inner ankle. Tone your belly. So rather than feeling like your butt's sticking out, navel to spine, tailbone reaches towards the ground. Breathe. If you'd like, you can explore a little bit of movement through your upper body. Really good, everybody. Last breath in your tree pose. And then slowly release back to standing staff. Inhale, option to extend left leg. Exhale, low lunge, slowly and intentionally. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg to the sky. Listen, exhale, flip your dog if you would like. Otherwise, you can open your hip and hang out in your three-legged dog, totally fine. So you do you. Nice, Kirsten, wherever you are at, make sure your breath is there. Those of you in the back bend, breathe all the way down into your belly, stretch through your abdominal wall. Feel your strong back muscles, last round. Downward facing dog, walk it out. Good work. You are almost there. You can stay in down dog, walk it out a little longer, or invitation to rock forward with your next inhale, chaturanga. You can hover right leg if you'd like. Exhale, lower slowly. Inhale, lift your heart. And down dog, exhale. Good job, friends. Inhale, everybody, left leg high. Hang out or exhale, left knee, right elbows, a little twist. Inhale, back up, three-legged. Left to left. Aim for your armpit, aim high. Inhale, back up, lengthen. And everyone, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, step through softly. Beautiful. Crescent lunge, rise, inhale. Exhale, turbo twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Pause. Left forearm across low back, square your shoulders forward, keep the bend in your back knee. Lift your heart, reach your right arm up and back. Your hips should be nice and square, your legs nice and strong. Nice, Marley. Feel the length in your right side. One more big inhale. Nice, gently exhale, right hand down, left arm up, revolve, lunge. Any way you want to work it, about 3 to 5 breaths. So nice, everybody. Beautiful poses. Use your last exhalation to twist to your edge. Bottom of your exhale, unwind. Hands over to the right long edge of your mat, parallel your feet. Keep walking your hands back, bend your right knee, reach your right arm up. Stay here, breathe here, or change it up this time. Skandasana is your option. So right toes towards the back edge of your mat, left toes towards the sky. And then energetically, if you've got both heels on the ground, see if you can pull your heels energetically towards each other. Flex your left toes back towards your shin, press down into the back of your left heel. Breathe wherever you're at. Make sure you can breathe freely, fluidly. Awesome, honey. Take your last round. All right, come back into a wide-legged straddle position, wide-legged forward fold. Take just a moment, reconnect. Next inhale, halfway lift, fingertips down. Exhale, walk your hands forward, rotate toes forward, low lunge. You are almost there, all the way up, standing staff pose, balancing on your left foot. Tree pose, open your right knee out and place your foot on your leg, wherever you want it. Press your foot into your leg back into your foot, like you're zipping that zipper up so everything is hugging in, lifting up. You can explore a little bit of movement. So just to play, just to challenge yourself. Notice if your ribs are flaring open, and imagine you're knitting them together, that little tone in your belly. Last breath. Beautiful. Let's slowly come back to a standing staff position. One more inhale, option to extend right leg. Exhale, slow motion, low lunge. All the way back and up with your left leg, three-legged down dog. Open your hip and stay or flip your dog. Left foot comes down, left arm forward. Yes, amazing. Those of you in the back bend, lift your hips. Imagine your heart's trying to look at this front wall. See if you can let it. Nice trace. One last huge round of breath all the way down into your belly. And come back down dog. Walk it out. Keep walking it out. Or next inhale, rock forward, high plank. Option to hover left leg. And as you exhale, chaturanga, slowly lower. Inhale, back bend of choice. You can take an extra couple of breaths if you want. And then either down dog or child's pose. Give yourself a moment. Rest. Feel whatever there is to feel. Notice whatever there is to notice. Ah. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. And exhale, pigeon pose. So right shin to the top of your space. Set your body down gently. Sandra, so your right knee is wider than your hip towards the outer right edge of your mat. So if you have your right knee in the middle of your mat, you're missing the external rotation in your right hip that we're going for. So you want your right knee nice and wide. You can keep your foot closer to your groin, or you can bring your shin closer to parallel with the front edge of your mat. And then just like we do in our lunge, front hip draws back, back hip draws forward. So especially if you're a person that is just able to plop into this really easy, you want to try not to do that. So hug in first. Keep that, pull your right butt cheek back and up as you take your heart forward and down. So I know it almost seems counterintuitive, like you're coming out of the pose, but what you are doing is actually stabilizing first, then stretching. So you're plugging your right femur bone into the hip socket. So a lot of times when people just kind of plop into it and feel like they're so comfy they could fall asleep, it's because they're just hypermobile in their joints. They're exploiting that, just plopping into their joints, and it's not doing any good. So we don't want to exploit hypermobility in our joints. We want to stabilize. So that's what we're doing when we're finding that connection to center, building that structure, and then you soften. Take about 4 or 5 more deep breaths. Maybe open mouth exhales. Ah. All right. Bottom of your next exhale. Come all the way up, and we're going to meet in a 3-legged tabletop. So you'll plant your hands, curl your back toes under, and kind of scoot your back knee forward so your hips lift. And then unthread your right leg, give it a little shaky shake. After a few shakes, take your right toes off the left edge of your mat, push them down, pull your hips to the right as you gaze back over your left shoulder. So you're lengthening through your right side. I even like to bend my elbows or one elbow a lot. You might push into the ground really firmly with one or both of your hands. You might even round a little. So what can you feel? What can you find? Lengthen your right side. One last breath. Good job. Come back to tabletop and find your way back to down dog. So you can just lift your hips. If you want to move through a vinyasa to get there, go for it. All right. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, pigeon, left shin forward. Gently come down once again. Find the stability, the structure, what's called the integrity of the pose. So integrity, I love it because you can't really tell if it's happening in yoga. You can't really tell if it's happening always out there in life. It's the hard stuff that you do for yourself. So feel into your own body, find the integrity, find the structure, find the strength, plug the femur bones into the hip sockets. I don't know if you're doing it, but you can feel the difference. It's harder, I know, it's more intense usually. See if you can be with it. So find the strength, find the integrity, and then use your breath to soften. Ah. Good job, everybody. Take about 3 more. That open mouth sigh sometimes is so valuable. It just gives all that energy or maybe all that sensation somewhere to go. Ah, sigh out your mouth. When you feel somewhat even on both sides, start to lift your upper body again. And one more time, 3-legged tabletop. So tuck your back toe, scoot your back knee forward, unthread your left leg, take it back, give it that little shaky shake. And then after a few shakes, left toes off the right edge of your mat. Pull your hips over to the left side first. So you can lean your hips to the left towards the windows. Then gaze back over your right shoulder. Feel into it. Breathe into it. Find something here that feels good or feels interesting or curious. More space. One last round. Tabletop. And then you choose one final down dog or one final child's pose or one final vinyasa or a little bit of each. So if you choose down dog, maybe you just really want to stretch and lengthen things out. If you feel child's pose, or if you choose child's pose, maybe you just want to relax and rest and ground a little bit. Good job, everyone. And then in your next few breaths, all the way down onto your back, however you want to transition and whichever direction you would like to face. Once you're on your back, just gently draw your knees in towards your belly and rock side to side. After a few rocks, let both of your knees fall over to the right side. Supine spinal twist. Left arm can extend out to the left or goalpost your left arm. And also if there's any other specific variation that you want to take of a twist, please feel free. Really just allow the weight of your body to give in, to be held. You're not trying to hold yourself up anymore. Just let the ground hold you. And in your next couple of rounds, switch to the other side. Good job, everyone. And then as you are ready, as you feel pretty much even on both sides, start to come back to center, maybe a happy baby pose or anything else that will just allow you to finish off your own practice, to complete your own practice for you. So give yourself about 5 to 10 breaths. Anywhere else your body wants to go, anything else your body is craving. As you feel ready, you can start to slowly find your way into your final relaxation. And that may be the traditional corpse pose, or maybe there's something else, some other way you want to take your Shavasana today. You want to take it in seated meditation, if you want to take it with your legs at the wall, on your side, fetal position, everything is welcome. At this point, you can just let your breath become effortless. You can just let your body really give in, let go. So these last few moments are just for you, not to do anything, not to fix anything, control anything, not to figure anything out in your head, but they are for you to simply just rest and soak in all the efforts, all the energy of your practice, and even of the sound, of the vibrations. Just notice whatever there is to notice flowing through you. As you just kind of drift off into your own inner space, your own inner world, I will read to you. This is by Jaya John. The great project of your life is to become a safe space for yourself and all living things. To be imperfect and flawed, to regress and forget, to wander and be lost, to grow weary or unwell, be abandoned or betrayed, to flush with despair or be paralyzed with terror, and yet wake again each day and resume this project. For each day you are given is a newborn miracle that sings. You still have time to become a living sanctuary. And wouldn't that be your greatest creation of all? So these last few moments, see if you can just be a safe space for all forms of life energy to flow through. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And just gently wiggle fingers, toes. Just start to wake your body back up. As you're ready, fetal position on either side, just a nurturing position. Curl into yourself for one last moment. Let this pose be symbolic to just a new beginning, a new start, a fresh start as you come back into the world today. Be seeing things with fresh eyes or a new perspective, new energy. Use the strength of your arms to press yourself up into a seat. So ending in seated meditation, facing towards the front of your mat or the front of our class, the front of our space. Just sit up nice and tall, feel into the length in your spine, length in the back of your neck. Close your eyes or lower your gaze and gather your hands to your heart center, prayer hands or one palm stacked on top of the other. And we'll close our practice just with one great big Om together. So don't worry how you sound. Try not to judge your voice. Just feel into your own vibration as it moves through your body and expresses out your mouth. So start by just letting go. Exhale, clear your throat if you need to. Breathe in your voice. Open your mouth big and wide. Be here, let me guide you. Namaste. You're so welcome. Thank you, friends. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and have a great day.
There's an angel.
Hi, Laura. Welcome back. Missed you. Where you been? Did you go somewhere? Oh, nice. You guys have a house out there? Here. Cool. Was it good?
Good. My body's broken from traveling.
Yeah, traveling really is hard on the body for sure. Did you just get back? When'd you get back? Sunday, pretty much. Yeah. Just give yourself a couple of weeks to get adjusted.
Right?
Body, yeah. Every time I travel, my body is wrecked.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is.
Like the grades.
Thanks. They're feathers. They're little
Those are
feathers.
feathers?
Yeah.
Okay.
From put them in. But yeah, it's hard on the body.
Yeah.
We were already having some stuff anyway.
Yeah,
Just give
yeah.
us some
Some of
time.
it's come back. We're gonna work on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Your hair looks cute. Short, short. You're welcome, honey. Have a wonderful day.
Sweaty in those blocks.
My hair. Marissa. Okay.